In this lesson, we're going to talk about how can I represent a two-step equation. In this way, you want to do it in multiple representations, and I kind of started the work down here. You'll start with your verbal way, and it gives you your story. Then from there, you need to write an equation, create a table, and a graph. An ice skating rink charges a special rate on Wednesday nights. The special rate includes a charge of $1 to rent skates plus $2 per hour to skate. How much would someone pay to skate X hours? Use the three different representations to justify your answer. So we're going to write an expression, we're going to create a chart, a table, and make a graph. First thing I see here is this $2 per hour. I'm thinking 2 per hour, okay, so it's 2 times the number of hours. So you'd like 2x, and then the $1 to rent skates, so you're plus 1. So 2x plus 1 would be my expression that I would write, 2x plus 1. And then basically you're just going to substitute in for x and come up with your table. So you'd come up with your number of hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you would say 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3, and your chart would look something along the lines of this. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now, within this, and then thinking to your graph you're always you want to start at your 0, 0. So if I said 0 hours, well, let's think about that. If I went skating for 0 hours, but I went skating, well, 0 times 2 is 0, plus 1 would be, it would actually technically cost me $1. Now, that's just according to the expression. Realistically, you probably wouldn't go if you weren't going to skate. But in this case, 0 hours would actually leave me with a cost of 1 because the skate rental. So when I come to my graph, you're going to have like your y over here, which is basically your cost. And this is where we'd have the x, which is going to be the hours. And we'd zoom in down here, and we'd look, and we'd say, okay, this is 0 hours. And since these are pretty low numbers, we can just go by this. So 0 hours would actually cost me $1. And I can put that point right here. And then the 1 hour was times 2 plus 1, so that would be 2, so that would be 3. And again, these would be 1, 2, 3. And then 2 hours would be 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And so we can put that point there. And so we have 3 of these points from the chart plotted, and we could go on to the next one. 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, and 6 hours. So 3 would be 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me zoom in to make this a little more accurate. 5, 6, and the highest number of was 13. The highest number of cost was 13. Let's make sure we put this cost is in dollars. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10, $11, $12, $13. And I go ahead and plot that 613 point. $6 goes up to 13, would go right here. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 11 and 5 goes right here. No, that's the wrong spot right here. Let's erase that one. Okay. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And you can see there's a pattern here in these dots, and you actually can connect them and draw a line. So I'm going to go ahead and put a line on here and show that to you. So here's the line, and the interesting thing with the line is that you can actually use it to predict, like, oh, so if I went for an hour and a half, my cost would be $4, because right there between 1 and 2 would be 4. And if I went for 7, go up, oh, my cost would be right here, which would be $14, $15. So you can use the line, if you have it perfectly drawn, to predict or estimate the cost of a various number of hours based on where the line falls. So what we have here is we have multiple representations of a two-step expression. So how can I represent a two-step? I guess it should really be expression because we worked with an expression. There was no equal sign. But we've been working on solving two-step equations where it says 2x plus 1 equals something, and we have to solve for x. In this case, we're saying these would be all the different possibilities for x. So this is an expression. How can I represent a two-step expression? And here are the 4 different ways to represent it.